Boom, hey internets. Wanted to drop this video. It's touching on quite a few different topics, so I definitely wanted to talk about it and share it with the community. Now, Hobbs and Shaw, as I'm recording this, has just dropped and is doing really well in the box office. I'm really happy for this new extension of the franchise. And if you didn't know, I'm actually a huge fan of Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. And so Dwayne is executive producer of this film, and he has a company called $7 Buck Productions. I love The Rock's entire story, his rise, his self-motivated success and rise to stardom, and he continues to create new milestones within the industry of entertainment. $7 Buck Production is his production company, and if you haven't, please go and open up some tabs and take some time to find out the story behind it. But basically, $7 is how much money he had in his pockets after a disappointing end to his professional football career. He basically started from scratch. So $7 is what he had in his pockets, and so that's what he named now his production company, which is doing extremely well and is pretty much marked to be a part of some of the biggest movies in entertainment moving forward. In the movie Hobbs and Shaw, he and the other main character, which is played by Jason Statham, they use techwear. So techwear is a category of fashion that's very much in trend. It's a look that's pushing forward, and I think it's contrasting with some of the other more colorful and the different fits of look that are in fashion right now. It's funny, while I was describing that, I have visuals of what I think is contrasting that, but that's a whole separate video. It came across my feed via fashionbeans.com, a specific article on techwear. So techwear is very muted. There can be use of camo, but even those seem to be more muted colors. I think part of what defines it is the functionality. Much of when I think about outerwear, so a company like 686, which I've covered before, does outerwear, but whenever I see Mike Akira West working on any of his designs for his outerwear company, it's always has an underlying base of function because it has to be able to wear in snow and on the hill. So techwear in a lot of ways is the same way. I think of coated nylon. I think of a lot of pockets and secret pockets and placements of such. I think the notions are very modern. So you're talking about kissing seams that are rubber coated and that sort of thing. If you look at some of the images that are in the article, they even talk about urban ninja being one of the common themes. It's very tonal. Black, grays are colors that are used, and it seems to be head to toe. So it's very much an outfit in a traditional sense of the term. A lot of people don't know, but I was thinking of getting into costume design, and I actually did styling for I did art direction and styling for a lot of music videos for about a year in my life, and I did some YouTubes about it. So for about a year of my life, I was working on production sets, but mainly music videos, and thinking of going into film, but in the end, I just think my love for brands and being able to create a long-term brand ended up being more interesting to me. The article throughout talks about a lot of brands and a lot of looks and a lot of designers that are kind of on the helm of techwear or have their pulse on it, and they actually mention James Arizumi. James is the homie, and I've known him for several years now. I knew him in college, and James is one of the global creative directors at Nike. So I probably don't need to say much more about that. Anyone who I know who's worked for Nike will trip out that I actually know James. He's an icon inside of the company, and obviously everybody knows Nike. It's a multi-billion-dollar brand worldwide, and it's probably the standard and the case study of so many categories in fashion and branding. And I met him through a friend of mine, not from high school, but we go all the way back to middle school, and if I can, I'm gonna find a picture of us in elementary school. But Eugene Hong went to college with James, and Eugene is the director of trending and brand vision over at Target. So again, another multi-billion-dollar company. Gene's been there for several years now, working his way to where he's at now. Also, in his own right, a huge visionary leader and director of creative over at Target. And Gene was like my homeboy. Like, we were in the same crew. Like, I'm talking about, we used to break dance together. That's how far back we go, and we don't get to see each other as much now. I try to catch him when he's in Los Angeles and when he's not on a plane traveling for Target doing trending, but very much a dear friend of mine. And so that's how I met James Arazumi, who's mentioned in the article. And James I met when he was designing footwear for skate and surf. He then went on to forge out the skatewear footwear division for Nike. Did that for many years, and then the last time I visited him in Portland, he was actually heading up the golf division with Nike. And so as of late, he's been at the helm of ACG at Nike, which is their sub Techwear label, and that stands for all condition gear. And I know with James' prowess and design acumen, he's gonna bring so many interesting projects there. Hobbs and Shaw and all these different elements that are kind of getting brought together in this article. Any comments, any questions, please drop that below on this video. Like if you like, sub if you love, hit the bell for notifications, and follow me on social media when you get a chance. I'll see you guys on the next one. Bye.